నమస్తే కేవీసీ న్యూస్ స్వాగతం. ప్రతిక్షణం సామాన్యుడి పక్షం. నేను మీ చలపతి. నేటి వార్త.
భారత పెట్రోలియం కార్పొరేషన్ లిమిటెడ్ కార్పొరేట్ హెచ్ఎస్ఎస్ఈ విభాగంలో సీనియర్ మేనేజర్గా పనిచేస్తున్న ఆశావాది రాజేశ్వరరావుకి ప్రపంచ విపత్తు నిర్వహణ మండలి అందించే డిజాస్టర్ రిస్క్ రిడక్షన్ ఎక్సలెన్స్ అవార్డు 2024లో యంగ్ అచీవర్స్ అవార్డు అందజేయడం గర్వకారణం. ఈ అవార్డు 2024 జనవరి 15న న్యూఢిల్లీలోని కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ క్లబ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వేదికగా గౌరవ కేంద్ర మంత్రి పీయూష్ గోయల్ చేతుల మీదుగా అందజేయబడింది. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో జస్టిస్ ఎంఎం కుమార్, రిటైర్డ్ సంజయ్ కుమార్ మరియు ప్రొఫెసర్ ఆనంద బాబు పాల్గొన్నారు. డిజాస్టర్ ప్రిపేర్నెస్ విభాగంలో రాజేశ్వరరావు అనేక విశేషమైన కృషి చేసి ఈ అవార్డుకు ఎంపికయ్యారు. ముఖ్యంగా ఆయిల్ మరియు గ్యాస్ పరిశ్రమలో రిస్క్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కోసం నూతన హజార్డ్ అండ్ వల్నరబిలిటీ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ రూపకల్పన చేశారు. ప్రధానమంత్రి 10 పాయింట్ల డిఆర్ఆర్ అజెండా ఆధారంగా బీపీసీఎల్ ప్రణాళికల సమగ్ర రూపకల్పన చేశారు. కోవిడ్-19 రక్షణకు సంబంధించి సాప్స్, మార్గదర్శకాలు మరియు పాండమిక్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ప్లాన్ రూపొందించారు. ఈ అవార్డు భారత పెట్రోలియంకు మరియు దేశానికి గర్వకారణం. రాజేశ్వరరావుకి అభినందనలు.
श्री आशावती राजेश्वर राव, सीनियर मैनेजर कॉर्पोरेट HSSC भारत पेट्रोलियम कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड. BPCL. Today is indeed a momentous occasion for all of us, as we are privileged to have Shri Piyush Goyal ji, the Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, as the chief guest for this event. It is truly an honor, sir, to introduce such a distinguished and respected personality. Currently serving as the Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Goyal sir has played a pivotal role in India's economic and infrastructure development. His journey from a successful investment banker to a dedicated politician is a testament to his dedication and vision. Under his leadership, India achieved its highest ever export figures of approximately $776 billion in the year 2022-23. A big round of applause for sir and our country. And he has been instrumental in crucial trade agreements such as India-UAE Free Trade Agreement and the Indian-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement. His commitment to infrastructure is also reflected in projects like the Warsaw-Dahisar Link Road in Mumbai, set to launch soon. He has held several significant ministerial positions, including the Minister of Railways and the Minister of Coal. Sir's leadership and vision have significantly contributed to India's progress and its ambitious plans for the future, including urban redevelopment in Mumbai North, demonstrate his commitment to building a sustainable and prosperous nation. Coming from Maharashtra, we are very grateful to you, sir, for that. Thank you. Apart from his remarkable professional achievements, sir has consistently prioritized social welfare, supporting numerous NGOs which are dedicated to providing education for the underprivileged and empowering the physically disabled. His deep commitment to societal betterments is further inspired by his wife, his better half, who is wholeheartedly devoted to social causes. A big round of applause for his wife also. Thank you so much. Sir's efforts have garnered international recognition, and he was honored by being named among the world's 100 most influential people in climate policy in 2019, for which we are eternally grateful to you. Let us now hear from the man of the moment, the Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Justice Kumar, for giving me this opportunity. I really did not know that we will be honoring such illustrious people. When you first gave me the call, and I had spontaneously accepted. But you have given me this honor, and you have made me proud that I could come here and be a part of this function. I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Babu, Sanjay Kumar ji, all the awardees today, all the distinguished guests and friends from the media. Indeed, a wonderful initiative by DMICS and WCDM for recognizing and awarding the hidden jewels in our crown. We have all gone through disasters. आपदा तो सभी के ऊपर आती है कभी ना कभी, लेकिन उसके सामने लड़ना, उसके सामने जूझना, और आज के परिप्रेक्ष्य में देखें तो उसको प्रीएम्प्ट करना, ये एक बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि रही है देश की। और मैं समझता हूं कि जिस प्रकार से केंद्र सरकार, राज्य सरकारें, सभी अधिकारी, हमारे आर्म्ड फोर्सेस, सभी ने मिलकर इस पूरे क्षेत्र को नई सोच के ढांचे में डाला है, ये शायद हम 10, 15, 20 साल पहले सोच भी नहीं सकते। There was a time when large number of casualties were assumed to be a natural consequence of a disaster. If a few hundred people or a few thousand people even lost their lives or were significantly impacted economically, probably the rest of the nation would not even bat an eyelid. But the focus that we have seen in disaster resilience, in disaster-ready infrastructure, in creating an ecosystem which recognizes that this is an important element that we have to look after, preempting and predicting what is going to happen. This entire journey is truly fascinating. I mean, today I don't think in the worst of cyclones in Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and the entire eastern belt, we see the kind of casualties we used to hear of 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's largely because our meteorological department is doing a fabulous job. They come out with, and only yesterday we celebrated their annual day. The Honorable Prime Minister was also there. The 150th Foundation Day of IMD was celebrated yesterday. It's truly a matter of pride for us that they have evolved into one of the most modern organizations and are able to actually map, and we see it on television, map even every small movement of natural disasters. They're able to give us forewarnings of earthquakes. They're able to tell us where we are going to see floods or rain affect us. It's truly a whole of the government approach, which is evident also in the wide span of awardees that we have awarded today. And I think Mr. Babu, Mr. Kumar, by awarding different aspects of disaster management and resilience today, you have not only recognized their contribution to nation building, but I think also given a message to many, many, many more warriors who quietly in the background work to save this country, save our countrymen and the people of India from losses, whether it's loss of life, whether it's injuries, or whether it's economic loss. A lot was said about insurance. I do believe that that's an area we have to create much more awareness, as well as see how we can have very seamless and faster disposal. I hope nobody ever has to go to a high court to get relief. It should be something that is very naturally inbuilt, and we'll have to build more trust, and that trust can only be two ways. It can't be that we only expect the insurance company to trust the insured person or organization. We will all have to participate in ensuring that we also don't make claims which are either exaggerated or not necessarily entirely correct. And that's one area where I think we'll need everybody to come on the same page, that it doesn't make sense to have very exaggerated claims, because it only makes it worse and delays the entire process. Factual, correct assessment and analysis will always help the authorities in settling claims much faster and giving relief to the deserving. Incidentally, today the Prime Minister also launched 3 naval vessels, and we have so many people from our armed forces here. I think I must compliment the armed forces, whether it's the Army, whether it's the Navy, whether it's the Air Force, and all other organizations from amongst the military or paramilitary forces who are willing to sacrifice everything to save our countrymen in the most difficult circumstances. They are right there in the front, and also the rapid action forces, whether central or state, the kind of work that they do in very difficult circumstances is truly remarkable. And on Indian Army Day, which is being celebrated today, I think it's very appropriate we give a round of applause to all our army men and all the persons from the different services for their service to the nation. In fact, very recently, Bluecraft, a publisher, came out with a book, Resilient India, which highlights how India is evolving in the field of disaster management and how during the times of any crisis, we see our Honorable Prime Minister leading from the front, literally on top of various issues, how he encourages all his other ministers, officials to actively be involved, preempt any difficulties that people may face, whether it's strengthening of the electricity grid, whether it's strengthening of the road and rail infrastructure or putting them back into action quickly, whether it's safeguarding public property, whether it's evacuating people from the areas under distress. It's a very holistic, whole of the government approach that Prime Minister Modi has focused on. And we are in fact privileged that the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, Dr. P.K. Mishra, is one of the pioneers and the most respected names in the world today when it comes to disaster management. The world looks up to Dr. Mishra's leadership, and I think we are really privileged to have the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, illustrious leaders who understand this subject well, like Dr. Mishra, and of course, all of you, awardees and persons associated with this ecosystem. I think Mr. Anand Babu has really very well thought of this initiative, and I hope you continue in this effort to be the bridge between government, between all our people involved in disaster management, and in the forces or the people involved in the predictive analysis. Now we can use artificial intelligence in a big way to be able to really know what's going to happen. There's so much that can be done. And as things are progressing, I think we are finding opportunities in every disaster. आपदा में भी अवसर निकल आते हैं, और मुझे लगता है हम सब मिलके हर आपदा का बारीकी से अगर एनालिसिस करेंगे तो अवश्य रूप से अच्छे आइडियाज भी आएंगे, अच्छी सोच देश में आएगी और एक अवेयरनेस, जागृति क्रिएट होगी कि इस विषय के बारे में हम सब ने क्या तैयार रहना चाहिए, हमारे बच्चों ने क्या तैयारी रखनी चाहिए। और इससे बड़ा एप्रोप्रिएट है कि आपने संजय कुमार जी को भी बुलाया है, क्योंकि वास्तव में इसकी शिक्षा, इसकी तैयारी अगर युवा अवस्था से हो, यंग एज से होती है, तो बच्चों में भी एक कॉन्शियसनेस आएगी कि अगर कोई तकलीफ आती है तो उनको किन चीजों का ध्यान रखना है। छोटी बात है, हवाई जहाज में कहा जाता है कि इन द केस ऑफ अ प्रॉब्लम, फर्स्ट पुट द मास्क ऑन योर सेल्फ एंड देन ऑन अ accompanying सीनियर सिटीजन और डिपेंडेंट और accompanying चाइल्ड। आप अगर स्ट्रगल करें दूसरे को बचाने में, उसमें दोनों ही खतरे में पड़ जाते हैं। अब ये छोटी बात है, पर अगर बचपन से ये चीजें अगर इनग्रेन हो जाए हम सब में और बच्चों में विशेषकर, तो मुझे लगता है हम जो पूरा डिजास्टर रेजिलियंस क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं पूरे देश में, उसमें और सहूलियत होगी और गति मिलेगी। और आगे चल के ऐसे दुर्भाग्य के जब हादसे आते हैं, और अभी अभी हमने वायनाड में भी जिन हमारे भाइयों ने कश्मकश करके वहां लोगों को रिलीफ और रिहैबिलिटेशन पहुंचाया, उनको भी अवार्ड किया, आईएएस ऑफिसर्स को अवार्ड किया, प्रोफेसर्स को अवार्ड किया, आर्मी मैन और बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस को अवार्ड किया। मैं समझता हूं ये दर्शाता है कि कैसे हम सब जब मिलके काम करेंगे तभी जाके इन विषयों से भी बच पाएंगे और तभी हमारा देश विकसित भारत बन सकेगा, एक समृद्ध भारत बन सकेगा, 2047 का जो लक्ष्य देके चले हैं। अब तो हम अभी बाकी देशों को भी बड़े पैमाने पे मदद करते हैं। फ्लड प्रिवेंशन, फ्लड कंट्रोल में हमारे सभी नेबरिंग देशों के साथ आज हमारे सिस्टम एसोसिएटेड है, उनको इंफॉर्मेशन देता है, प्रिडिक्टिव एनालिसिस करता है। अलग अलग समय पे जैसे कोविड के समय वैक्सीन मैत्री से हमने दुनिया भर के शायद 100 से अधिक देशों को वैक्सीन दिए, मुफ्त में वैक्सीन पहुंचाए। और आज भी कई बार हम कई देशों में जाते हैं, विशेषकर जो लेस डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज हैं, कैरेबियन आइलैंड नेशंस हैं, पैसिफिक नेशंस हैं, तो जो कृतज्ञता प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी और भारतवासियों के प्रति वो व्यक्त करते हैं, वो वास्तव में दर्शाता है कि भारत आज अपने देश की समस्याओं के साथ साथ विश्व में भी, विशेषकर ग्लोबल साउथ में फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर के रूप में आज रिकॉग्नाइज होता है। वी आर देयर राइट इन द फ्रंट, वी आर देयर फॉर एवरी पर्सन इन डिस्ट्रेस विद इन आवर कंट्री, एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, एंड दैट इज ट्रू ग्लोबल लीडरशिप, दैट इज द फिलॉसफी ऑफ इंडिया। जब हम वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की बात करते हैं, जब हम वर्ल्ड इज वन फैमिली बोलते हैं, तो वो एक्शन में लाना, वो मैं समझता हूं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपने कार्य से गत वर्षों में, चाहे वो गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री रहे हो 13 साल, चाहे वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री रहे हो गत 10.5-11 सालों से, मैं समझता हूं अ मैन ऑफ हिज वर्ड, अ मैन इन एक्शन, and a man with a heart of gold who believes that every person in the country, 140 करोड़ भारतवासी उनके परिवार के सदस्य हैं, उनकी जवाबदारी है। उस जब संवेदना के साथ व्यक्ति काम करता है, तभी इतना बड़ा बदलाव और इतना बड़ा आउटकम अचीव करने में सफलता मिल सकती है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने पीछे कहा था, recognition and reform are two main components for strengthening disaster management. Reform अलग अलग तरीके से देश भर में लगातार एक सिलसिला चल ही रहा है। आज आपने recognition करके जो दूसरा पहलू है उसको भी पूरा किया, मैं उसके लिए आपको दिल से बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं। मुझे लगता है कि जो भी आप डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट का विषय देखें, चाहे वो बजट ही क्यों ना हो, ये जो नया सिलसिला शुरू किया है कि हर प्रदेश को पहले से ही स्टेट एसडीआरएफ फंड्स पहले से ही दे दिए जाते हैं कि उन्हें रुकना नहीं पड़े। उनके पास पहले से ही पर्याप्त मात्रा में, हर प्रदेश के पास पहले से ही राशि रहती है कि अगर कोई आपदा आई तो उसमें से वो खर्च के अपने लोगों को रिलीफ दे सकते हैं। और फिर अधिक राशि लगे या कोई ज्यादा नेशनल बड़ा डिजास्टर हो तो उसके लिए फिर एनडीआरएफ की सहायता भी ले सकते हैं। ये जो एसडीआरएफ एनडीआरएफ का कॉम्बिनेशन आज देशवासियों की सेवा कर रहा है, इसने भी एक बहुत बड़ा राहत के काम में सहूलियत पहुंचाई है। अगर बजट भी देखें तो गत 10 वर्षों में 3 गुना ज्यादा बजट डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट के लिए दिया गया है। ये छोटी बातें नहीं है, ये दर्शाती है संवेदना, ये दर्शाती है अहमियत कितनी दी जा रही है इस विषय को। और जो हमारे डिजास्टर को मीट करने के लिए, डिजास्टर के सामने लड़ने के लिए सभी योद्धा खड़े होते हैं, उनका भी हौसला बढ़ाती है। और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि जिस प्रकार से अभी अभी हमने अमेंडमेंट बिल पास किया पिछले वर्ष फॉर डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट प्लान्स और डिजास्टर का डेटाबेस नेशनल और स्टेट लेवल पे कलेक्ट करने के लिए, इससे भी आगे चल के देश और देशवासियों को बहुत लाभ होगा। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 10 पॉइंट का एजेंडा दिया था। इंटीग्रेशन, रिस्क कवरेज, विमेन लीडरशिप, रिस्क मैपिंग, टेक्नोलॉजी, रिसर्च, मीडिया, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, लर्निंग एंड इंटरनेशनल कोऑपरेशन। मैं समझता हूं अगर ये 10 विषयों के ऊपर हम गंभीरता से काम करते हैं तो देश में आने वाले दिनों में, खासतौर पे जब जलवायु परिवर्तन का, क्लाइमेट चेंज का काले बादल दुनिया पे छाए हुए हैं, भारत एक ऐसा देश उभर सकता है जो इन 10 पहलू पे अगर हम काम करें तो वी कैन ट्रूली बिल्ड climate resilient infrastructure in India. We can use technology, we can use artificial intelligence powered predictive analysis, we can use drone assisted rescue missions and make India a safe country, learning from experience, learning from the best practices in the world. We can truly make the lives of every Indian, the precious lives of every Indian, safe and secure. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to start by apologizing, but we are running too many tracks right now. We have elections going on the one hand, we have trade talks happening, we have senior dignitaries from very important countries in India. We are working on a variety of different tracks. My sincerest apologies that I delayed the program, and I promise you the next time around this will not happen, Dr. Kumar. Thank you very much.
ఇంతటితో నేటి వార్త సమాప్తం. మరిన్ని వార్తా విశేషాలతో మీ ముందుకు వస్తుంది కేవీస్ న్యూస్. అంటిల్ దెన్, సైనింగ్ ఆఫ్ మీ కేవీ చలపతి.